All right, we're live.
Okay, with that, I guess we will call the April 1st, 2021 Marquette Board of Zoning Appeals meeting to order. I guess we'll take roll call right now. Andrea, you can note that everyone is here, and the people that are not here, I believe you've heard from. So I think if we could get a motion to excuse the absence, that would be great.
Make a motion to excuse the absences.
I second.
We have a motion and a second to excuse the absences. All in favor, say aye, please.
Aye.
Aye.
Nobody's opposed. So we will move on to our election of officers. At this point, I think you guys have all gotten the email from Andrea about officers. She gave us a update on who's eligible, who's not. Would anyone like to make a motion on officers at this point?
I make a motion that Jeremy Ottaway be the chair.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to keep myself as chair. All in favor, say aye, please.
Aye.
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? Okay, I guess I'm luckily chair again. If we could get a motion for vice chair now, that would be great. And I would suggest Barb, because she's the last person that's on the call that is actually eligible. So, so if someone wants to make a motion for Barb.
I'll make a motion for Barb to be vice chair.
Okay.
Thank you, Heather.
I'll second.
We get a motion and a second. All those in favor of Barb being vice chair, say aye, please.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Perfect. Congratulations, Barb. If I can, if everyone's had a chance to take a look at the minutes from our last meeting, which was all the way back in December, this is our first meeting of the year. If we get a motion on the minutes from the last meeting, that would be great.
I'd like to make a motion on the last minutes files presented, please.
Thank you, Mr. Vasso.
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Dombrowski. All those in favor, say aye, please.
Aye.
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 Is anyone opposed? No. Okay, perfect. And Andrea, do we have any additions or deletions on the agenda?
I did receive one piece of correspondence from the property owner today to
Okay.
record to be added.
Okay, we can do that once we get to the public hearing if you want.
Sure, but we need a motion to add the piece of correspondence.
Perfect. If we get a motion for that.
I'd like to make a motion to add the correspondence from the reference property owner.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye, please.
Aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Thank you. Okay, do we have anyone in the waiting room at this point, Andrea?
No,
Okay.
and I did not get a response to the email I sent to the property owners, so I could try
Well,
calling them if you want.
I would say give them a call. We'll at least give them the shot at the call before we start the hearing. So we obviously have no citizens wishing to address the board at this time. We're going to move to public hearings. 01-VAR-04-21, which is 317 East Crescent Street. Andrea is on the phone trying to reach the applicant. And when she returns, we'll at least have her give us the rundown. So then we can have a drink break, I guess. Have some water.
I like your office, Jeremy.
It's the only place I can get away from my kids. I'm ripping my entire upstairs apart right now. So it's nothing but a mess with flooring and a bunch of plaster work I've done. And so it's here or in the yard, and it's too cold today. So
Definitely. It got cold today.
Okay, I just got a response. Sorry, let me put my video
that's
back.
fine.
I just got a response saying that they have a pressing matter to attend to. And do you guys have questions that you need to ask them? Because if so, I can tell them that, yeah, you need to ask it. Otherwise, they could be risking the chance of not having their case be finalized tonight. Bring it to your questions.
Well, I mean, why don't you give us the rundown first, then we can figure out if we have questions for the applicant.
Okay.
For whatever it's worth, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have questions for them.
Oh, well then if that's okay, before I thought with this one you would be. So
Go as far as we can before we ask them.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. I read through it and there was some questions in my head.
Yeah, especially being that close to the side already. I have some questions as well.
let me.
Worst case scenario, I guess we can table this matter until next meeting if that's what we want to do.
Looks like I have an outer space picture. Does everybody else?
Yep,
Okay.
just Andrea's desktop, I think.
Okay, all right.
Andrea, are you on the phone with them still?
Yep, just got off. Sorry. They're going to
Oh,
call
okay.
in now.
I didn't see you.
All right. They're going to call in and I'll have to keep a watch for them. All right.
Okay.
So sorry.
That's fine.
Now I'll go back to this. Sorry, I had to find the phone number for them. They couldn't do the Zoom link.
So just as you're getting there, this is for 01-VAR-04-21. So if you could give us some background info, that would be awesome.
All right. So the Board of Zoning Appeals is being asked to review an application for an 8-foot side yard variance from the City of Marquette Land Development Code to allow a 24-foot by 12-foot and 4.5-foot by 7.3-foot basement addition with the first floor deck above and a 5.1-foot by 7.3-foot basement and first floor addition to the existing duplex. I'm now letting the applicant enter in, just so you know.
Good.
Into the meeting.
Okay.
Hi, I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
I'm just reading through my staff report right now, Greg.
Okay, sounds good.
And then with the agenda you had that you can see on the screen was the application, the area map, the parcel is outlined in blue. The block map parcel is outlined in blue. Existing photos of the site. And the location survey. And then also the architectural drawings. And then the one piece of correspondence I received from the property owner today. Dear Board of Zoning Appeals, thank you for considering our request for a side yard setback variance at our home at 317 East Crescent Street. My wife Kate and I would like to construct a workshop off the back of our home. The proposed workshop would be in line with the east wall of our existing home. The east wall of our existing home is 2 feet west of the property line, so the proposed workshop would be 2 feet from the property line, therefore requiring a variance. We have spoken to our neighbor to the east, and she told us she has no issues with the construction. We have also spoken with our neighbor to the north, and he said he has no issues. Thank you again for considering our request, Greg and Kate Borzik.
Okay. Was that the, did you read the new piece of correspondence?
That was it. Yep.
Okay. Just making sure. So if we could hear from the applicant at this point, I know you're on the phone. If you want to just give us a rundown, start with your name and address, and just give us an idea of what you're trying to do here.
Okay, yes, my name is Greg Borzik, address 317 East Crescent Street in Marquette. And then as I kind of mentioned in the letter, we're looking to build a workshop off the north side of our house. The workshop would be 12 feet wide. That would be north-south by 24 feet long. That would be east-west. And then if you look at the page 1 of 5, you'll see that the workshop would be in the ground just a little bit to allow a walkout deck from our first floor dining room. So as I kind of discussed in the letter, our house is currently 2 feet off the property line. And to make this work, the workshop would also have to be 2 feet off the property line. For a normal residential house, I think the required setback is 13 feet on one side, 5 on the other. But this is a duplex, so we have a 10-foot setback from the side yard. Therefore, we would require an 8-foot side yard variance. And that's it.
Well, thank you so much. Board members, do we have questions for the applicant?
So if you had to comply with the variance that with the rules now, would you just have to move the whole addition over 8 feet?
That sounds like Kathy.
It's Barbara.
Is that, oh, Barbara. Hi, Barbara, right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't work because if you're looking at page 1 of 5, there's those double doors, and that would be a walkout from our dining room. And right next to that is a bathroom. So to move it over 8 feet, it kind of blows up the whole plan, Barb.
Sure.
Any other questions, guys? Mr. Dunn, I think you're trying to talk. Maybe you're muted.
Yep. Sorry.
That's fine.
In your conversations with the neighbor, did they get a look at these plans and they didn't have any issues with the sunlight being blocked and things like that?
That didn't come up. Our neighbor's name is Betty, Betty Bielik. And we talked about what we would be doing. We didn't talk about the sunlight, but there's already a fence on that side of the property line. And I guess we'd be coming up a little bit higher than the fence, but we didn't talk about sunlight. She just said that in the future, if she had to get a variance, would we support her? And we said we would.
And my other question was, is there a way, I guess this is similar to what Barb asked, but is there a way that this whole addition could be continuous with the west side of the house rather than the east side? And so I guess that would be moving it over, but I guess that's kind of the same question.
Yeah, we looked at that. And does everybody can everybody see the page, what's called page 1 of 5 from the architect?
Yep.
Okay. So you see the double doors on the left side of the drawing?
Yep.
There's 2 patio doors. Those are proposed. And immediately to the right of those, you'll see a square window. That's our bathroom. So it doesn't help. It would help if you could see it if you were standing in my house, but to move everything 8 feet over, we would basically have to demolish the bathroom to have a walkout onto the deck.
Okay.
What's on the other side of the window?
That's our kitchen. Actually, let me think. I think page 3 shows the existing bathroom. Yeah, page 3 of 5 shows the existing bathroom. So I'll wait. Does Andrea have to flip to that page for you?
I'm on there now.
Yeah, I think she's there.
Okay. So if you look on the top left, you'll see the existing house, and then you'll see a notation showing the dining room. And then you keep following it down, you'll see something that says extended dining area and remove wall. That would be what we would do in order to access the deck. If you could recognize moving those patio doors all the way to the right, you can see the bathrooms right there.
Yeah.
So it just takes the bathroom away.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
Does anyone else have any questions for the applicant? I'll take that as a no. So at this point, I think we're done with the applicant from a question standpoint. I'm going to open up a public hearing for 01-VAR-04-21. Andrea, I'm assuming we don't have anyone in the waiting room, right?
There's no one in the waiting room. You are correct.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and close the public hearing. Board members, what are we thinking on this?
I can't have my camera on and look at the thing at the same time. But I would say that I agree with what, Barb and other people have been asking, that moving it the 8 feet, especially since it's duplex, I think is an unreasonable, ask when you can go off the same side and just continue the house down. It is close, but it is where the house is situated on the land, which is not, you know, necessarily their problem. But like I said, I can't go through all of them. So at this point, I'm in favor of approving the request. So that's all.
Thank you, Heather. I could say, as I look at this, it is striking to me that it seems to be a very minimal request, given where the home is on that side lot. It's already, you know, obviously intruding. They're not going any further, clearly, and as the applicant has kind of shown us, to move that addition somewhere else would be a pretty tall task. So I can say that at this point, I think I'm for this as well.
Ladies and gentlemen of the ZBA, I'm in favor of this too. I concur with the applicant's written response. So when it's all put together, I think they satisfy A through J of the land development code. I can support the request.
If I might add, my primary concern was the impact to the neighbor to the east. You know, thinking if there was a garden or something that neighbor wanted to put in, that the addition was going to block some of the sunlight there. But you know, going on the additional information that the applicant submitted and indicating that they talked with the neighbor and the neighbor didn't have any problems with it. Public notice was given and the neighbor is not here to oppose anything. So I think I'm okay with this as well.
Okay, if we can get a motion at this point. Barb, go ahead.
All right. After conducting a public hearing and review of the staff report analysis of 01 VAR 0421, the Board of Zoning Appeals finds that the request demonstrates the standards found in section 54.140B5 A through J of the Land Development Code and hereby approves 01 VAR 0421 as presented.
I'll second.
So, yeah, we have a motion to approve and a second from Mr. Vassow. All those in favor say aye, please.
Aye.
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? Nobody is opposed. The motion carries. The applicant can have the variance. Now we're going to go ahead and move to unfinished business, which I don't think we have any, right?
Correct.
New business, we don't have any. There's still nobody in the waiting room, right?
Correct.
Unless our applicant wants to say something else, I think we can move on past our citizens wishing to address the board. Board member comments. Mr. Dunn, you have anything to say tonight?
This is probably more of a comment for the planning commission, but and I'll say it there too, but we're just finishing up with the ski season and I've got serious concerns about people crossing the street there at the ski area.
Yes.
There's an awful lot of very close calls and I don't want to wait until somebody dies before we do something about it. So, like I said, I'll bring it up at the next planning commission meeting on Tuesday. But I just wanted to kind of put that out there too, for you guys to, you know, give your 2 cents worth.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Dunn. Barb, you got anything to say?
No, not at all. Gotta have a nice spring.
Justin, how about you?
No, thank you.
Do you, Heather?
Andrew, do I need to do anything else to make sure I'm still on the board, or I filled out something online? Am I done?
Oh, you'll be contacted from Sean, I think, about that. So he hasn't contacted
Okay.
you yet.
He said, thanks. So I don't know. If I'm done, I'm done. That's fine. I just want to make sure I'm not dropping a ball.
All right, no, I'll ask.
Okay. And do we know, is there a meeting next month? Are there cases?
I do not know. There possibly maybe.
Okay. That's it. That's all I have.
Okay. Last thing for me, I guess. Just wanted to let you guys know, if you go online and you want some more training right now, Michigan Association of Planning, there are tons of online training opportunities. I've been getting all their stuff in the mail. So if you're interested, there's seems to be always something online. And Andrea, maybe I'm wrong on this, but I think that at one point we had a budget for some of that stuff.
Yeah, if we get it, Dave, any information on stuff, Dave will usually send it to me to send out. But you're saying you got some information?
I've been getting stuff from them for online courses, and a lot of them are on the weekends. And they're specifically for planning commissioners and ZBA people. So
Yeah, they're switching their conferences to be online. That's the stuff I'm getting
Oh,
to. Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So something.
Yeah, if you want to let me know about that.
Yeah, for sure. I'll take a peek, and we'll kind of move forward with that too. Other than that, I'll just echo what Mr. Dunn is saying. That has been a terrible spot for a long time, and with the influx of population there with a campground and everything else, it's clearly something that needs to be looked at, as well as a lot of changes coming downtown. You can see a lot of construction on Washington Street soon, so have fun with that. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great spring, and we'll talk to you soon.
Right.
Do we need a motion to adjourn?
No motion. We're good to go.
No,
Awesome.
we're good to go. All
All
right.
right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Andrea.
Take care.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.